Believe it or not, there is actually a point to all of these little rallies that Donald Trump goes around the country doing. And the point of them is not to promote himself. I know it seems odd to say that because during every one of these rallies, he only talks about himself and promotes himself and talks about how great he is. And the idiots in those crowds seem to eat it up pretty well. But the real purpose of these rallies is he's going to areas where candidates need his help. He is doing these rallies for candidates in those areas. They always come out on stage before he does. And at the beginning of every speech, he usually points around like, hey, this dude is a good guy, vote for him. Now back to me. I am such a great human being, blah, 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 blah. Well, as it turns out, we're not the only people that have noticed that. The Republican establishment, the leaders within the Republican Party, are growing furious with Mr. Trump over the fact that his rallies are doing absolutely nothing to benefit the candidates that he is holding them for. And they're actually worried that rather than helping the candidates or doing nothing for them, it's eventually going to end up hurting those candidates. Not because the people in the room there are getting annoyed with Trump bragging about himself and so they won't vote for those people, but because everywhere Donald Trump goes, he seems to stir up the opposition, only making them more eager to vote against whoever it is he's supposed to be there promoting. It brings a lot of attention to those cities when Donald Trump shows up to do a rally, and none of it is positive. And again, that's coming from leadership within the Republican Party itself. They're mad that he's not talking about the candidates and that he's only talking about himself. They're mad about the fact that he's actually causing more damage to the party than he is helping it. And they're mad about the fact that he's actually energizing the opposition. But that is exactly what Donald Trump does, and these people are never going to get him to change. I mean, it's like they didn't pay attention at all when he first announced he was running for president. Every speech Donald Trump has ever given, whether it's to graduating West Point cadets, or to firefighters and first responders, or during a campaign rally, the man only talks about how awesome he is. Not the group that he's honoring, not the people who saved lives, and certainly not the people running for office. Because in the world of Donald Trump, the only human being that matters, or that is worth anything, is Donald Trump himself. And those Republican leaders will never get him to change that.